guys, it's Saturday, so that means Free Pattern Friday. Well, Free Pattern Friday is supposed to happen on Friday, but I work in a district that has a 4-day school week, and every now and then we have to have a professional development, and those are held on Friday. And so I did not have time to film Free Pattern Friday yesterday, so I'm doing it today. So let's begin with last week's winners. I only chose 4 this time on random YouTube comment picker or whatever. I don't really see that there's any reason why I should waste time doing that in front of you guys. It's not like this is, a high stakes game or anything. If you don't trust me, well, why are you watching me? So here are the winners. I only chose 4 because I feel like maybe the top 1 or 2 are going to want to take their pattern. Now remember, if you are outside of the United States, you will need to help me out with shipping by paying $5 for the pattern. And so if you are inside the United States, it is completely free. I will cover all of it. All right, so let's go. I had 24 unique comments last week, and the first one was Sage Primo. She helped me understand the pronunciation of her name. And so there's that. And I think she wanted the quick sew slip. And in her comment, she also talked a lot about Tencel fabric and how it's its own thing and how it's a phenomenal fabric, because I had been talking about my skirt that I made with our Robert Kaufman Tencel cotton that we have in mayfieldfabric.com. So our second one was Joanne with an E. Number 3 was Christina M10. And number 4 was Patricia Rainey. So girls, you may contact me at Mayfield Fabric on Instagram. You may DM me with the pattern of your choice. You might have to go back and rewatch last week's video. And what was I going to say? Oh, DM me on Instagram at Mayfield Fabric. So what am I wearing? I'm wearing a cashmere at Appleton, and I meant to grab the pattern, but I forgot. But it's an iconic pattern. It was Jenny Rushmore's very first pattern release for cashmerette, and it has continued to be a standard for curvy sewers. I do have video of me at the end of this video so that you can see me in the dress. I have shown this before. This was my entry into the wrap dress something. There was a Instagram or YouTube thing with a wrap dress about 4 months ago or something, and this was my entry into it. I wanted to point out that when you watch the video at the end, that I am not wearing Spanx. And that's important for you to know, because if you're a curvy girl, a dress like this might make you think you need to get the Spanx out. Now, I would look smoother and slimmer if I had put the Spanx on, but I wanted to film that little video clip without Spanx so that you could fully appreciate the miracle of Jenny Rushmore's drafting for the curvy girl. So go ahead and have a look at that. Depending on what I was doing, I may or may not wear Spanx underneath it, but I felt like it looked nice enough for me to film that clip without Spanx. So take it, take what you want from that. And so now let me show you the patterns. So we're going to start with the 60s pattern, and then I believe all the rest of them are from the 70s. So for this week's Free Pattern Friday, I wanted to start with this 1960s accessories pattern. This has a bag in 2 sizes and a hat, and the main thing with this pattern is it has instructions for applique rickrack flowers, and the transfer for the placement is included. And I thought all those little rickrack things were awfully cute. Most of us probably wouldn't wear that hat, but the bag is a perfectly reasonable thing. I mean, that's a great tote bag, so who wouldn't want that? This pattern is so on trend right now. When I saw it, I was like, wow. This is Simplicity 5315. It's a small, sizes 8 through 10. And that is 31.5 to 32.5 bust, 24 to 25 inch waist, and a 33.5 to 34.5 hip. Now, this is an incredibly voluminous dress, so you do not necessarily have to be that size in order for this dress to fit you. I just finished making the Sew House 7 Tea House dress, and it is very similar to this. It has that caftan style to it. There's two different patterns here. There's the close fitting or views. There's the close fitting one, and then there's the more caftan. Well, they're both caftans. But, so see that view too? That would virtually fit anyone. That's a fantastic pattern. So that one. Then this is a quick sew from the late 70s. Quick sew 816. I bought this at a thrift store thinking I was going to make it, and I never have. And I have found a butterick pattern that's very similar to this that I will probably sew again. And so this is a great little pattern. I think to modern this up, you would want to maybe shorten the leg so it didn't blouse over like that, and maybe even narrow the leg. This pattern, I don't know how it wound up in Pueblo, Colorado, but this pattern is from England. It was 70 pence new. It's a size 16, bust 38 inches. And it is Butterick 4922. And I think this is right on trend. I don't think that you would need to change one single thing for this pattern. I think it's as cute as it can be. Oh, and the only kind of somewhat valuable pattern that I'm showing you today is that caftan pattern. I saw that one for up to $24 for sale and as low as $9. So that one is very popular for obvious reasons because caftans are so in right now. And they could both be cut off and made into tunics or shorter dresses. So number 5 is Simplicity 9062. This is just a basic dress. It's got, you know, those 70s kind of bishop sleeves. Here's the line drawings. You could make this and wear it today. Again, you could narrow the sleeves if you wanted to. Everything else, I can't see, you know, you could narrow it through here if you wanted in the bodice. But truthfully, this dress you could wear, you know, right today. Okay, so that's it for Free Pattern Friday. If you are interested in one of those patterns, please comment below. And that's how you enter the drawing. So I wanted to spend a couple of minutes showing you some vintage fabrics that will be going up in the store today. So the first thing I wanted to show you, I showed you this fabric before. This fabric is from my vintage estate haul, and I showed it to you quickly. Now, when I went to photograph it for the store, I discovered, so this is a bark cloth, so it's automatically valuable. Bark cloths are highly sought after, and when you find them in Mayfield Fabric, you'll notice that they are more expensive than the rest of the vintage fabrics. Not all of them, because I've got some valuable fabrics in the store right now. But look at this. This fabric has an entire pattern, an entire dress pattern. I hope you can see that. It's a simple shift pattern with a neck facing, and it is printed. Let's see if I can, I hope you can see that. It has sizes 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16 printed right on here. So I think this is extra special. I think it's a walk down memory lane in terms of the fabric itself. I think this is either late 60s or very early 70s. And I have not, in all of my vintage fabric finding and buying, ever run across one of these before. So I don't remember how much we have this listed for in the store, but it's pretty cool. So I don't know if you're supposed to wash this before you cut it out. I don't think that the print would come off, but I don't know for sure. I just don't know. This is also a vintage fabric. Again, I would put this one from the late 60s. This one has been cut out at the end, but there's still a couple of uncut yards, and it's just so pretty. Bright, bright yellow, pinks, like neon pink, and then some oranges and some olives. It's gorgeous. This is cotton, and this is kind of a stiff cotton, so this is like a cotton poplin. It's not super drapey or soft. Now, this has never been washed before, so there's that. This one, I think, is from the 50s, and it's adorable. It has also been cut. But there is a full yard there, and then some extra. But look how cute that is. Is that not the cutest? This is 100% cotton lawn. There's a little over a yard of it. I believe this is from the 50s. This one will be more expensive as well. This is a bark cloth. I believe this is from the 50s. This is beautiful. This color is like a robin's egg blue. And there's a good amount of it. Over 2 yards here of this gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. This is narrow. That's this is 36 inches wide. That's one way you can, not the only way, but it is an indicator that you have a vintage fabric on your hands. This is beautiful, you guys. Absolutely gorgeous mid-century modern print. This one will be, most of my vintage fabrics, if it's a cotton and it's not exceptional in any way, it's going to be about $5 a yard. Stuff like this will usually be more. I will probably go with $10 a yard on this. Bark cloth, and I might have to research this one. This one I haven't researched yet. Some of them are worth $100 a yard or more. Try buying them in California and see what you pay. This next fabric is very much outside of my comfort zone in terms of color and pattern, but it is such an incredibly beautiful fabric that I bought it immediately, and I could tell just by looking at it and then of course touching it that it was a very high quality fabric. This is a gorgeous cotton sateen with incredible drape and a beautiful pattern. It's a beautiful fabric, you guys. I don't feel like I could pull this off, but oh my goodness. I want one of you guys to buy this fabric and make yourself something gorgeous out of it. It's truly beautiful. It has incredible drape. It has just the right amount of sheen. The pattern is exceptional. The print is beautifully done. It's incredibly high quality. You can see there's nothing off printed or out of the lines. You can tell that this is a high quality fabric. I'm excited for whoever gets this, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. By the way, please, 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 pretty please, with sugar on top, if you ever make anything from Mayfield Fabric, would you please tag us on Instagram at Mayfield Fabric so that we can see what you've done? It would bring us a great deal of joy. These vintage fabrics mean a lot to me. They're special. I love our new fabrics. I chose them because they're beautiful and they would be worth having in your wardrobe. But the vintage fabrics are kind of my babies, and I would love to see what they turn into. Okay, I have time for one more. This is not a vintage fabric, I just bought it because it's in one of my favorite colorways. This fabric is from 2012. It is from Jenny Byers' Ryasthon line from RJR Fabrics. And I bought it because these are colors that I love to sew with and wear. So this is an olive and mustardy kind of mid-century modern print. It's, I'm assuming, of course, a quilting cotton. But this is a nice quality quilting cotton. This fabric is not going to be too stiff for a garment. This piece still has its sizing on it. It has never been washed. Once it comes out of the washer, it's going to be even drapier than it is now. There's enough fabric here for a top or a skirt, and it's great. It's a great color for the fall. So that's my last fabric for you today. It has a little bit of a reptile print in there too. Like, I don't know, lizardy, I don't know. And polka dots, and it's just, it's awesome. So I have piles of vintage fabric to share with you guys, but I don't want to make my videos too long. Always remember that there are many more vintage fabrics at the store or in the store at any given time that you have not seen in a video. So don't only think that things that I have made in a video, that I've shown in a video, are the only things in the store. There's a lot more in the store. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you're enjoying Free Pattern Friday. I will continue to do that. If you ever don't see me on a Friday, don't panic. It just means that life got busy or that I had other obligations, and I will get back to you as soon as possible with Free Pattern Friday. You have a great day. Here he comes. He's running up the stairs. No gaping.